Hello everyone, and welcome to our 17th weekly segment. It is the 16th of February, 2023. So I'd like to start off by saying that this episode will probably be a little bit shorter than usual. I'm working on a different project that's a bit larger in scale. I'm hoping it'll be ready by the end of the month, but we'll see how it goes. There's been two big pieces of news that I just want to touch on quickly that have happened recently. First is the earthquake in Turkey and Syria. That may have major implications if it affects the political situation in Turkey. It is, in theory, possible that it could contribute to the unseating of Erdogan, but I'm not convinced that that is likely. Maybe we can touch on that at some point in the future. There's also the Chinese balloon, which I would like to refrain from commenting on for now until we have a bit more information about it. But it is definitely provocative and somewhat significant, at least in the short term diplomatically. It does need to be said that any World War III concerns related to it are largely unfounded. The main thing happening in the war right now appears to be a Russian offensive against Volodar, which is a small town in the Donetsk region. The situation of the Ukrainians in Bakhmut looks concerning, but no major updates there right now. Now I want to comment on a bit from a New York Times article titled, "Wagner founder has Putin's support, but the Kremlin's side-eye." I want to quote something directly from the article that I think is incredibly important. Sergei Markov, a pro-Putin political analyst and former Kremlin advisor who appears frequently on Russian state television, said that officials had been transmitting an unusual directive to Moscow's talking heads in recent weeks. Don't excessively promote Prigozhin and Wagner. It was a request from the leadership, and not just to me, Mr. Markov said in a phone interview, declining to specify who exactly had made the request. They apparently don't want to bring him into the political sphere because he's so unpredictable. Now, there are other significant parts of the article, and I would definitely recommend seeking it out yourself and reading it, because it is very interesting. But to me, that is the most important part, because this is not entirely usual, and especially when we're looking at the same vague time, this shift in command of the military operation in Ukraine from Surovikin to Gerasimov, away from Prigozhin's a pretty aggressively candidate of choice, because he does not publicly like Gerasimov at all. This kind of contributes to an image of almost a rebalancing of power by the Kremlin in favor of, or not even in favor of, the traditional establishment, more so away from Prigozhin after he started to become both politically more important and publicly more recognizable. And that is where we are going to stop for today. I promise we will have something substantially longer coming sometime in the vaguely near future. And that wraps up our 17th weekly segment. This is the 16th of February, 2023, and thank you for listening.